Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Here we go.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
36. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken very short. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. He's coming.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Powerful running. Only able to make it to the 15 after the nice move. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Rivers. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 65 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Watch the run, watch the run.
Check 99. 81. 6 guard. Check 6 guard.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the 1st down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Jackson for the shotgun. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 40. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. Rivers now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Rivers to throw it. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the
and the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Going for it all. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And they got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play call.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw is Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Switch.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Watch the run.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And now Jackson will look to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets...
He's got a man complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A fourth touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers as his guys have now moved out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Now a run with Edwards, and he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check, 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 free.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught at the 20. A big play that time for the Ravens. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derwin James with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. From the gun, Rivers. And now he's taken down. And Rivers in the end end zone. Down to the ground he goes. That results in a safety and 2 points. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This is taken at about the 14.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the set. 59. Mine's 59. We ain't giving up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for Miles Boykin. Incomplete. Casey Hayward on the coverage.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. So that one will be accepted. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
48 for Mike.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Rivers on the money, complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They run with Edwards. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They run once more with Edwards. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Ingram again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Check Mike. Check Mike.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And an alley to run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Check. Press them. Go. Motion. Check. Shift. Mike's 59.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few...
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his third touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score, Chargers 42, Ravens 30.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Able to spin free. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. He can run for it, and he will. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
You know, as a defensive guy, I don't normally do this, Brandon, but a tip of the cap to the offensive coordinator. Design quarterback run at this stage of the fourth quarter when I expected him to throw the ball, and he got a first down.
Yeah, trailing this stage of the fourth quarter. Picked up the first, stopped the clock, too.
Yeah, sometimes there's some guts in play calling when you go against the grain because you know you could easily be criticized if it doesn't work out.
Check.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, 39 yards. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, Delta! Red! Red! Hey, Delta! White, 89!
From the gun, Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. The 20, 10, touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, 74 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing now is Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Edwards. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He may try and run for this. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
They'll run here with Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. They're running. Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
And the clock will now stop as the timeout is called with 5 seconds left. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rivers. Dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Load it! Load it! Load it! Load it!
Now the first throw in overtime for Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Mike, 48, Mike.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Get on.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check safety, check.
180. Split.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. And Allen's got it. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
First down, Rivers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, look, 48.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
48.
To throw, Rivers. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Now Rivers. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
black 15.
I got it. Check 99. Check
You. Split.
Now Gordon on first down. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for our visitors, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.